Hello everyone, it's Leo, and in this video we are checking out an interview with Youichi Kaito, who is the series composer from You and Idol Precure. He was interviewed by Animedia, a very important anime magazine, and he talked about lots of details concerning the season, the characters, the future, and what we can expect from You and Idol, and lots of other interesting things. These are some pages of the interview, and so let's start by checking out some of the stuff that he said. This magazine also brought an interview with the composers of the music from You and Idol Precure, in which I'm going to bring in another video. In this one, I'm going to focus on Kaito Youichi's interview only, which is amazing. I mean, this guy is gorgeous and he is doing such an amazing job. So he starts the interview by talking a little bit about each of the characters, starting with Sakura Uta, who is Cure Idol. And he says that Uta is a girl who expresses her emotions very clearly, and she is a little unfamiliar with the activities of an idol. So it's always Kokoro who is teaching her what idols really are, what they do. And there's also Kaito to fill in this role as well, but Kokoro is more preeminent in this aspect. He says that Uta has loved singing since she was very little, and whenever she feels like singing, she naturally starts singing. She doesn't think about it. She just does it. And she didn't start singing with the intention of making people happy. But she feels happy when she sings. And then she started noticing that other people smile when she sings. And so this is one of her qualities. This is one of her idol qualities, even if she doesn't really know what idols really are. And so he thinks that Uta having this ability of making those around her smile, being able to directly pick up on people's feelings, and having quick reaction time even in conversations are Uta's strong points, are her characteristics. And they're always very careful when crafting her character for her not to be very clever. And I feel like we can notice that a lot. And then about Nana, this is what he had to say. Nana is a very kind and considerate girl. She cares about her enemy, Zakuri, and she wants to talk to him sincerely. She is able to make Zakuri kira or kirakilala even. She has a strong ability to understand and emphasize with everyone. This is a point that I feel like You and Idol Precure has been making lately with Nana's character. Not lately, I mean for the whole show. They are really trying to make her really shine with this aspect of her personality. She's very empathetic, she's very understanding of others, and that is something I've been noticing for quite a while. I've been talking a lot about that in my impression videos as well. He says that the other girls in You and Idol, they also have this side about them. But Nana has a stronger core when it comes to this, and she's also very kind and supportive. The episodes depicting this side of her will appear in the future, and it goes without saying, as it is her catchphrase. But another important point about Nana is that she truly understands the value of taking the first step. I love this. I love Nana so much. She's such a great character. And now about Kokoro, who is another great character. I love her too. He says that Kokoro is the president of the Idol Precure Research Club. She is very passionate about everything that she loves, and she worked enthusiastically to establish an official fan club, which we also saw recently in her episode. At some point, the director, Chiaki Kon, said Kokoro is a samurai. And Kaito Youichi started thinking, that may be true. Kokoro has the inner strength to think, I have to do something. And since the beginning of the show, she has had a longing for the idols, for the idol cures. She loves the Idol Precure since the start. And he thinks that one of Kokoro's characteristics is her strength and her protectiveness, driven by her own feelings. Kokoro kyun kyun shitemasu. My heart is going kyun kyun. and she's always taking action first. She's always the one to charge first. That also reflects into Kyun in battle. She's always like starting, she's always running towards her enemies, and that is part of Kokoro's personality, and that is very nice. They thought to bring this to Kyun as well. And now about my queen, Meroron. He said that Meroron is a fairy who calls Purirun Netama and adores Purirun. She admires Purirun so much that she views Uta as a rival, but recently her attitude has been softening little by little. Meroron is the one whose relationships with the other characters change the most. Depicting this is one of the highlights of the series, and at the same time, it's a very important phase for Meroron. Such developments may be waiting for us in the future, so please look forward to it. Oh my god, I cannot wait to see what they have in store for us concerning Meroron, and we also have Purirun, obviously. Purirun, wanting to help the idol Precure, sealed away her precious memories with Uta and transformed into a Precure. Even now that she has regained her memories, she still loves idols, especially Cure Idol. Some people may wonder, is she really the same person? While comparing Purirun to Kyurizukun. However, fundamentally, when it comes to being honest and positive about the things she likes, even when their homeland, Kirakiland, is in trouble, they can still be cheerful. Both Purirun and Kyurizukun. So yes, she is definitely the same person. It is because they were struck by love at first sight with Uta's singing that she is able to enjoy herself so much as Kyurizukun. That is the most important thing. That is so nice. I love the way he talks about all of the characters. It is a very sweet thing. And now, a little more about the characters is that in the show right now, we're dealing with summer vacation. And every time we have summer vacation in children's anime, in children's shows, they talk about the homework that they have for summer vacation, which is something all children in Japan have to do. And it's usually a lot of homework. And so there was a little section in the magazine in which Kaito predicts the summer vacation homework completion for Precure. So he ranked the 5 of them to who would finish first and who would finish last. And so, in his opinion, Cure Wink would finish first, Cure Kyun or Kokoro would finish second, Meroron would be the third, Purirun would be the fourth, and Uta would be the last one to finish their summer homework. And now let's check out the reasoning behind his choices. He says that Nana is a very diligent girl, so she starts her homework as soon as summer vacation begins, and slowly she will finish her summer vacation homework. This is because she wants to be able to play freely with Cure Idol and Uta and the others during summer vacation, and because she also wants to have time to practice her piano routine. I like this reasoning a lot. And for Kokoro, he says that in his opinion, she would be the second one to finish the homework. And he says that it's because Kokoro is also diligent and she doesn't want to cause her mother unnecessary worry. So she is the type to do it on her own without being told. However, unlike Nana, she has the potential to get it done in one go with a bit of determination, because Nana steadily is completing her homework a little bit day by day, and Kokoro is able to finish it in one go if she has the determination to do it. The third one to finish would be Meroron, and they mentioned that Meroron is intelligent thanks to her love of reading, and she can finish her homework quickly. However, she prioritizes playing with Kyurizukun or Purirun, so she is going to be a little slower than Wink and Kyun. When it comes to Zukun or Purirun and Uta, he says that Purirun is generally not interested in homework at all. Obviously, Purirun would never do her homework. Even if she does get motivated, the appearance of the octopus wiener can easily take away her concentration. Seeing that Kyurizukun or Purirun is like this, Meroron will encourage her to join in and may even do her homework for her. Obviously, Meroron would do that. Therefore, Purirun's homework is likely to be completed faster than Uta's homework. Oh my god. And now talking a little bit about the creation of You and Idol Precure. There was a question. What kind of image did you have in mind when creating this story? So let's hear a little bit about the first ideas from You and Idol Precure. Kaito Youichi said that at the beginning, he imagined a series that was a little outside the box, unlike anything that had come before. It would be more idol-like than it is now, and although there would be battles with punches and kicks, there would be a strong element of cheering everyone up with singing. There was also a time when he was thinking of introducing it as the main character happens to witness a mysterious Precure performance, and after being hit directly by a fan service, she becomes fascinated by them and becomes a Precure herself in order to fight against the enemy. In this first idea, the enemies were also trying to steal people's favorite idols. And so we were going to have the main character watching another Precure fight and do her fan service first, and then she would get inspired and become a Precure as well. We had something like that with Cure Sword in Doki Doki, in which Mana saw Cure Sword fighting first before becoming Cure Heart. And this was one of the first ideas from You and Idol. This did not happen this way, obviously, as we know. And so he also says that at the beginning of the production, he thought that cheering everyone by singing, dancing, and pleasing the crowd and punching and kicking would be at odds with each other. And so this is an idea that is very core for You and Idol Precure, having the idol aspect with the Precure aspect, the fight aspect. Now it is like totally intertwined. You can't really separate them, but still, this is something that was very debatable early on. They did not know if it was going to be this way. So after that, there was another question, which was not really a question, just a lead for him to talk about something. They said, please tell us what you keep in mind the most when creating the story of You and Idol. And he says that the most important thing to keep in mind is that the characters are not idols. Rather, they are idol precure. While they welcome the attention that they receive from the public, idol precure are not pursuing a future as idols. They are not pursuing success, and they did not become idol precure because they wanted to be idols. How will those characters develop as they continue their activities as idol precure? This is an important point that they are focusing on in creating this story. One of the things that we were wondering about when we heard that there was going to be an idol theme was how it was going to work with Precure, and I feel like it works perfectly this way. Having them be idol precure and not necessarily idols, and they have their idol activities as well, but the characters are all pursuing their own dreams, their own realities, and those dreams are not necessarily tied to the idea of them being idols. And so another thing that they talk about is the setting of the show. They ask, please tell us about the setting. Kokoro lost her father at a young age, and it's rare for a precure with such a background to appear in the series. Please tell us what you're careful about and what do you value when writing a story with such a delicate setting. And so he answers by saying that when you're writing a story that touches on such a delicate setting, just like Kokoro's story with her dad, he is more careful than usual about the development and about the expression that the show is going to have. There may be children who do not have parents or who feel sad when they imagine losing their parents. With that in mind, he is trying to write stories that focus on the positivity, that focuses on the strength, and in the present, rather than the loneliness of not having them there. And he hopes to continue doing so in the future. And now there is a little bit of talk about that moment from the series. So he mentions that the interviewer mentions that Purirun has sealed away her memories with Cure Idol, and Meroron also seems to have sealed away something that is most important to her. Could you give us some hints about that? Obviously, Kaito is not going to directly talk about what Meroron has sealed away, but he gave us a little hint. Ooh, girl. So, he mentions that when Meroron sealed... what Meroron sealed in the legendary Heart Kirari lock will be revealed in the future of You and Idol, obviously. And so he mentions that since Purirun did not disappear after the wish was granted, you may be able to deduce that the price was not focused on Purirun. And he finishes by saying, I won't say too much for now. But just him saying that the focus of her wish was not Purirun, a focus of her sacrifice was not on Purirun, it already makes me very, very curious. Ooh, girl. Moving on, we now have a question about Hibiki Kaito, and the question is, about the charismatic idol Hibiki Kaito, will there be any changes to his relationship with the idol Precure in the future? And he answers by saying that out of all the people around Uta, Kaito is the only one who has come to terms about his identity as an idol. He is the only one who is a real idol. So because of that, we are going to have to look forward to what happens next with Kaito. And he also mentions that Kaito's past will be revealed in the future of the show. This also makes me very curious because I feel like this is something that is going to be a little intriguing. I have no idea what Kaito's past is about, and I wonder if it's related to Kiraki Land somehow, to Dark Ine, to the new villain Jogi. What is going on? And now there was a question about the little boys. Oh my god. The interviewer said, it has been revealed that Kati and Zakuri are actually fairies. Please tell us what you consider important when depicting the two of them, even when they were enemies, Kati and Zakuri. And so he answers that what he considered important was their cuteness. Even though Kati and Zakuri were enemies, they couldn't help but be drawn to the idol Precure, especially Kati. Personally, he said that he hasn't drawn many enemies who were simply categorized as enemies before in the other works that he had. Example, Aikatsu. That's why he wanted to create characters who could be loved even as enemies. Characters who have enough charisma for the public to love them, for the public to be interested in them. So he is glad that even after they left as enemies, they could remain in the show as the fairies, Cutting and Zakurin. We are very happy too. I love this. And then we have a little question about Jogi. A new enemy, Jogi, has appeared. Please tell us some secrets and behind the scenes informations about Jogi. And he said that he's going to reveal a big secret about Jogi here, but not really. He said that the Chokiri gang up until now have been called Chokirine, Kati, and Zakuri. Each of these names express the act of cutting. So Chokirine is snip, cutting is cut, Zakuri is roughly. So it's all about snipping, chopping, cutting. It's all related to their names in a way. But Jogi's name, it comes actually from an onomatopoeia. And it is the onomatopoeia of cutting, Joki Joki. And so that's how his name came to be. He obviously does not say anything related to who Jogi is, but he just says that as for what kind of entity he is and what he does, please look forward to finding out in the future. But he already sets Jogi apart from the other three by saying that the origin of the name is different. So probably Jogi is a different type of enemy than the Chokiri gang as well. Very exciting, isn't it? I cannot wait to see more about Jogi. And I feel like this interview really gave us a little bit more when it comes to You and Idol with the characters. I love the part about their homeworks as well. That was so much fun. But ultimately, I feel like it's always great to learn more about the characters and about the people that are working behind the show, their ideas, how they're thinking of things, because we just see the final product. But it's nice to see how they're coming up with the ideas and how they are bringing those ideas to life as well. And I also love how he is able to tease us, the way he teased us about Meroron's sacrifice related to her wish. I cannot wait. Anyways, babies, this was the interview. I'm going to bring another one in the future that is related to the music from You and Idol Precure. The two composers, Umase and Erika, they have a lot to talk about when it comes to the songs and the background music as well. So I'm going to bring that in a future video. They both come from the same magazine, but I wanted to divide so that the video wouldn't be way too long. Anyways, this is it for now. I want to take this little time to thank Inu for helping me with this and also giving me the translation of this amazing content. Thank you very much. And also the members of the Magical Cinnamon channel. If you are a member here on YouTube, on Patreon, on Throne, thank you very much, baby. And if you've watched up until now, thank you so much as well. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.